There's a method to fast track and basically put a multiplier on your self-improvement journey to fix your life faster, and it will also provide the added benefit of you becoming a more smarter and more philosophical individual. That method is known as reflecting. Now I know, wishy-washy bullshit. You're thinking reflecting. Yeah, that's the shit they taught me in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like here to tell you that reflecting is actually like a number one D1 like meta tactic in the world today. So what is reflecting? How do you use it? We probably know what reflecting is. It's when shit happens and you think about the shit and you think, how could I have done that better? You know what I'm saying? That's basically like the gist of it. And how you use it for your self-improvement is that you think about the reasons why you procrastinated and the reasons why your life isn't what you want it to be, the reasons why you don't have the success that you want. And you think, how do I get the success I want? How do I fix my life? How do I fast track these things? The reason I'm such an advocate for reflecting is because online on all these dumbass YouTube channels, you see so many like fucking tips and tricks and practical tips and shit like cold showering, like all these specific things like meditation, all these things, gratitude journaling, and they're all good. They all work. I'm not dissing them, but it's like you get another person's interpretation of them. And while that interpretation might be good if they're like you and they're often pretty effective, they're never going to be fully suited to you unless you reflect on these things and specifically sculpt these habits and these tasks and these practical tips for your own life. And the only way you can do that is through like good reflecting sessions and just like thinking about how you can improve your life. The way I would recommend reflecting is I recommend that you stack it on top of another habit or put it in a routine. So I reflect for about 5 minutes every day at the end of my day in my night routine. And basically how it goes is I will take my journal. I have a black notebook and a pen. And I say, what happened today? So this happened. Oh, I procrastinated around here. And then after I wasted a bunch of time, but then I got back on it. So why did I procrastinate? And I'll think about it for a second. Why did I procrastinate? Well, at the time I felt super tired. So I felt super tired and I went to lie down. And because I'm lying down, it's like, difficult for me to get up and it's nice and warm. So I ended up procrastinating. Why was I tired? I didn't sleep that well last night. Why didn't I sleep that well? Because my friend asked me to VC and I said yes. And then I didn't have because they were telling me like some tea or some like fucking gossip shit. I didn't want to say no. So I ended up off my sleep routine. So I didn't sleep well. So I was lazy and tired. So I ended up procrastinating. And you can see how when I do this short reflection, I literally did that in like 30 seconds. I'm able to trace back to the original like root thing that caused something that literally happened like a day later. Like, okay, this hasn't happened recently, but this has happened to me. So this is why I'm using it as an example. But like, you can see how like literally the VC that I had with my friend and the fact that I am prone and susceptible to like staying on VCs longer than I should affected my procrastination and my work literally the following day. And this is something that like you can't really just stop. Like I'm not just gonna like be randomly walking throughout the day just like, I procrastinated because of this and this. You have to actively go searching for it, which is why reflecting is so good, because reflecting is this active searching. And when you actively search, you can get to like the root problem. So now armed with this information, I can say like, okay, what do I need to do? I need to, next time someone VCs with me, I'm going to say no, or I'm going to put an itinerary. And once we talk about what we need to talk about, I'm going to hop off because I don't want to procrastinate. You can see how I've now sculpted a very personal and intimate thing specifically for my life that I know and is guaranteed to work for me. That like, you're not going to find any like YouTubers. Well, maybe you do, but like, what are the chances you search up top 10 productivity hacks? And one of the productivity hacks is like, this super specific scenario of, when your friends VC with you, you got to be able to say no and shit, right? You're not going to find them, and the only way to like find good solutions and to chase and to actively pursue good solutions to these things is by reflecting and figuring out the problem for yourself. The next part of reflecting is that like obviously you become a smarter person and you know yourself better. The more you know yourself, the more you're aware of your weaknesses, your strengths, and the more you know your weaknesses and your strengths, obviously you're going to be more in tune with yourself. It's going to be easier for your self-improvement, which like, because I literally just said this in the video I recorded a minute ago, but like acknowledgement, right? Everything's like the first step to a lot of things is acknowledgement and like realizing where you are. So reflecting is going to help with that. Reflecting is also going to make you a smarter and more philosophical person, because you know you're sitting there and you're delving deep into like the crevices of your own fucking mind. So that literally sounds philosophical and like Marcus Aurelius type shit. So yeah, your practical tip, your protocol. So this is my reflecting protocol, but it would be very hypocritical for me to say you have to follow this in a video where I literally talk so much about like making things up for your own. My reflecting protocol is, like I said, 5 minutes at the end of every day and a 30-minute-ish longer reflection once a week, where I can really delve into like more deep topics and I give myself more time to be intimate with my thoughts. One thing I forgot to say about reflecting that I just popped up in my mind that I literally just fucking forgot. So now I'm gonna have to sit here, stare at the camera until I get it back again. Bitch, fuck. Okay, I actually don't remember. It's okay. It probably wasn't that important. I think I've said everything I wanted to say anyways. Yeah, you know what, forget it. Okay, if I might like, it's gonna look weird, but in case I remember it again, I'll record it and I'll just like splice it into this thing. If I don't, this is what you're left with. Sorry. Maybe I'll dump it in the description or something. But anyways, that's just everything I want to say on reflecting. Thank you so much. Arigato gozaimasu. Merci beaucoup. I already said that. 谢谢. Buongiorno. Fuck me. Sorry guys. Yeah, okay, that's basically it. Hopefully you reflect. Please reflect, actually. It's like a number one tactic in my life. Like, top 5 things that impacted me. Reflecting is a solid number 4, 3. I don't know. It's up there, okay? So reflecting, obviously, very helpful. Please do it. You can find your own ways to reflect. I do remember what I was going to say. I remember what I was going to say. I don't know if I'm too lazy to edit this, okay? But what I wanted to say was that, you know, it's only like an 8-minute fucking video, okay? You guys have the attention span. You guys probably have time to waste, okay? What was I gonna say? Fuck! Yeah. Reflecting also gives your brain time to decompress, and that'll help with your sleep and also just your mental like thing throughout the day. Because a lot of problems a lot of us face when we go to sleep is that we don't give our brain time to decompress. We're just constantly stimulated the whole day, whether it be through shorts, through music, or anything else. We never just sit there alone with our thoughts. So when we go to sleep, our brain starts like racing because our brain has all these thoughts that it hasn't like compressed and like figured out. And it starts like racing all these thoughts across your mind, and it makes it hard to sleep. Reflecting gives your brain a very good and nice and easy and nice time to decompress and get these thoughts and your opinions throughout the day sorted out and reflected, so that way you can also go to bed earlier. So that's just like an additional bonus thing I want to say. This is actually the end of the video, okay? Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.